Wait a second, I'm not used to this. The Stars actually played well tonight. Oh, well, having Mike Badano in the building really changes stuff, doesn't it? Matter of fact, why don't we just have him in the stands every single game? I mean, we're 1-0 with him in the stands. Oh boy, an undefeated record? That sounds good to me. Hello guys, and welcome to the DSFR Game 79, Stars vs. Wild, and the Stars win in Fan Appreciation Night and Madano Night. Now the Stars win 4-2-1 over the Minnesota Wild, and with Madano in the stands, the Stars win just like the good old days. Now I'm going to be honest, I did not get to watch this game until I think a couple minutes before the second period was over. I was at a swimming pool, and I'm not going to get into any details, but I was away from the house, couldn't watch the game until then, so again, I can't get too much. I saw the goals that the Stars scored before then, but before that, I couldn't really give any insight on how they played. But let's get into the two goals that were before I started watching and the two goals that I got to see. Now, early in the game, Spezza gets a breakaway somehow, some way, and actually scores on it. Yeah, Spezza did something for once, and he scores just barely getting it past Dubnyk. It just kind of slips into the nets, and Spezza is better be thanking Dubnyk for that, because it was a pretty weak goal. Dubnyk just let it in there, and Spezza finally does something with his life and scores, and the Stars are up 1-0 on a breakaway goal by Spezza. Now Cleaner gets set up in the offensive zone, he shoots and wrists it into the net, just barely getting it past Dubnyk, and that was a good shot, and he finds himself 1 point behind a Carlson for that defenseman points lead, and Carlson just 1 point ahead of him, and a goal right there definitely helps his standings in the Norris race. Now, I don't think that he deserves that, but I think that it definitely helps, and that goal desperately is something that he needed. I think the last goal that he had was in January. He definitely needs that goal, and he finally gets it past Dubnyk as the Stars are up 2-0 on the Klingberg shot. Now, in the third period, these Stars are shorthanded as Patlik is around the boards, not really expecting too much from him, but he passes right to a wide open Faxa, and he scores on it on the penalty kill nonetheless. Faxa getting another goal. That's great to see. Just gets it past Dubnyk, and the Stars are up 3-0 on a shorthanded goal by Faxa. Again, love to see that. Now, right after the Wild are still on the power play, on that same power play as the shorthanded Faxa goal, as Parise gets the puck and then absolutely makes a great tip after the pass. I don't know who gave him the pass, but Parise makes an absolutely great tip right in front of the slot, and he gets the Wild onto 2 goals, so he races the deficit by only 2 goals now, so the Stars aren't as comfortable now as the Minnesota Wild get 1 on the board, and the Stars are still leading, but not by too much, 3-1. Now, this third period, I still think that the Stars played better than the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild had a couple of power plays, but I still think the Stars played very well for the fans here tonight, their last home game, and that's fantastic to see. You know, if you're going to win one more game this season, it would have to be this one, and it was really the only game that I want them to win right now. They're not making the playoffs, and for them to win this game, that's great. Lose the rest of them, so you got better playoff chance or better lottery chances, but if I had one game to pick to win, it would definitely be this one, and they end up getting the win, which is super clutch. But before that, we have 1 more goal. The Wild have their net emptied as Tyler Seguin gets the puck, and you know what that means. He scores and gets his 40th of the season. Tyler Seguin, 40 goals on the season. Didn't really expect that going on the season, but he gets it, and milestone for him and a huge milestone for the team. That's the third time a Dallas Star has reached 40 goals since the Dallas Stars have come into Dallas, and that's a big milestone. First time was Madano in 1993, 1994. The second time was Jamie Benn with 41 goals, I think 2 years ago. And of course, this season when Tyler Seguin gets his 40th, and that's fantastic to see him getting that milestone for the first time in his career, and that's great to see from him. Again, he's been fantastic. Probably the best Dallas Star, I think, hands down in this season, and he's just been fantastic. He's been clutch. He's been he's really been advertised to be, and more, and he's done basically everything the Dallas Stars would want from him and more. Even if it was an empty net goal, it didn't take away from the magic of the Stars winning and Seguin getting his 40th goal of the season. Again, a magical night as Madano gets the pregame, I guess, puck drop. And there's a lot of things going in tonight, fan appreciation nights. I didn't get to go, sadly. I would have liked to go, but I didn't have the time tonight. But that would have been a fantastic game to watch, and I know a few people that actually went to that game. They were reporting good things, and just a great night overall for the Dallas Stars. A lot of the players gave off their used jerseys to the fans, and that's fantastic. Just a very special night for the Dallas Stars in general. They probably aren't making the playoffs, but it's good to get one of these wins for the home ice, and for the last home game of the season, it's good to see from them. And again, if they would have gotten one win for these last 4 games, I think it is, definitely be this one to win. And overall, the team played fantastic tonight. I felt they had a really good game tonight against Minnesota Wild. I don't know whether it was Minnesota Wild kind of playing down their opponents or what, but the Dallas Stars definitely took advantage and played very well tonight. I was very impressed by Carly, and he was fantastic. And of course, he's been fantastic the past couple of days, and he's been great for the Dallas Stars. And I feel like he's been one of the better players of this little stretch here. And of course, he's been fantastic in these last couple of games. He definitely deserves the credit that he's getting. And this game, he made quite a few good saves, and overall, the defense was a lot better than the last game, and that's saying something because the defense had to be a lot better, and they definitely did. Really good team game tonight as the Stars get the win. I felt like everything was really on its game tonight. The offense was good, the defense was good, and the goaltending was good. That's what you really need to win games, and unfortunately, it's a bit late for that, but we're doing it for Madonna. Stars get the win in the last home game. Madonna in the seats. You can't really ask for too much more there. But for anybody else still that has some glimmer of hope, the next 3 games are on the Pacific road trip, or the Western Coast road trip, which is pretty much as brutal as it comes. You have the San Jose Sharks, the Anaheim Ducks, and the LA Kings, all games starting at least 9 o'clock Central Time. So if any of you guys have any expectations of any DSFRs after that game, like straight after that game, well, I'm going to have to shut that down because I like some sleep, and I'm not going to stay up till 2 o'clock to make a DSFR. I don't think any of you are going to watch it at 2 a.m., so I'm just going to make it at the morning. So that's just going to be the game plan for the next 3 games and last 3 games of the season. Again, all of them are on the Western Coast road trip. I'm not going to make a video at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's just not going to happen. So probably in the morning are when those videos are going to come. But again, all 3 of those teams are in the playoffs and doing well, so it's going to be a stretch, and it already is a stretch. I think they're less than 1% still, even with this win. They're going to have to get almost everything right for them, and pretty much it's going to take a miracle to get in. But again, Stars fans have hope, and I can't really blame them for it. They are going to have to just going to squeak in and have some teams lose. I mean, Arizona just beat St. Louis tonight, so anything could happen. But again, I'm really excited that Sagan got his 40th goal. That's really all I wanted from the past week. Now we've seen that the Stars are missing the playoffs. That's really all I wanted from them. Just get Sagan his 40th goal. That's really all I wanted, and he achieved it tonight, which is fantastic because, again, fan appreciation night for Madonna. No better game to do it for. But that's going to, guys, a little shorter video today, but again, I said before, I do like sleep. So, like and subscribe. Did not ring that bell yet. Tell me down below what you thought of this game, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.